Hey there, YouTube. It's Bryan from BTECH. I'm going to show you the latest debt stacking with bills. And there are lots of there's confusion. Maybe you don't have time to budget. Maybe you've tried everything. This is brand new, and this is what it looks like when you sign up. I'm on the annual plan, $99.99. You could also pay monthly, $9.99, but then you have to pay for 12 months. Anyway, like we're going to be expecting here, we're going to first put in some of our income. So let's do our yeah. So we add the income. We see that we've got our income, we've got these bills, we've got debt minimums, and what we're going to do is, so bills are those things that are like car insurance, things like that. Debts are going to be your credit cards. So the thing about debts and credit cards is you've got a bunch of credit cards out there, and they've all got interest rates, but they've also got balances. And really, to make the best out of this, the way that this works is when you create the debts. Let's do credit card 1. This is going to be actually capital 1. The balance is $2,500. The interest rate is 29.47. Great interest rate, huh? Minimum payment. So we're going to put that in there. Now, this is one of those debts that you get points, right? You get 3% back on whatever it is. So it's a daily use. So that's what this daily use checkbox is. It's one that you'll basically, instead of paying with, like, say, a debit card, which most of us do, if you're like me, you get 0 back for that. You don't get anything. But if you use a card, use it responsibly, and it has like cash back, then you can actually make out. So that's what daily use is. So if you've got a credit card with like cash back, that's good. You can check the daily use one. It's just going to be into the debt stack. Figure that out. So let's add a new here. I've got a credit 1, X5. Okay, so I'm just looking at my accounts here so that I can put these in. Let's see, this one is 890. Usually what you can do is when you look at these, you're able to look at your statements and you're able to see what the interest rate is. And usually it's terrible. All right, so you can see what we're doing here is we are putting these debts in this debt stack. Now, the idea of a debt stack is that we're not really considering the interest rates here. What we're considering is the balance, because you've got a minimum balances. I'm going to put one more in here. You can actually use this tool for 30 days, but you're limited to the amount of data you can put in here. You could put in 1 source of income, 2 debts, and I think up to 10 bills. But really, $10, it's good just to be able to see what we're going. So I'm gonna put in 1 more credit card here. Let's do, okay. Let's do, this is also credit 1. This is, put like the last 4 in there. Let's see. $28.74, minimum payment is $38. Okay. So what we're going to be seeing here in a debt stack is the recommendation that's going to happen here is that let's just take these. So you see that this balance is less than this balance. So this is out of the ordinary, and it's sort of out of the debt stack workflow because it's one of those things that we are using for payments. So just consider these two. So the idea is that you pay the minimum payment on everything except for your top stack. So the top debt here, you're going to pay more than the minimum. So with my budget, let's just say that it's like this, and we don't have the bills in there, right? So as this says, you've got this extra money to pay off debt. So what you want to do is when it comes to the debts, you want to pay the top. Let's look at this, bills and payments. Let's overview. So you basically want to pay this top one more. So this is the least amount of money, so you want to pay as much off of this as you can. So you're going to go over this. Let's say I can. So once this is done, you're going to have more money, and you're going to focus on this next one back here. So you're going to focus on this one, and then you're not going to pay the minimum. You're going to pay minimum plus some more. So then basically all the money that you were going to put in here, you could put in here to this stack, and it rolls up, it rolls up, it rolls up, and that's how the debt stack works. But in this case, we're putting in bills. Let's just say we got my T-Mobile bill. Let's see what that is. It was $253. By the way, it will save me a bunch of money. I switched from Verizon. Super good. And the coverage here, usually I've got like 1 bar of LTE where I was with Verizon, and it's 3 bars of like ultra wide here. It's awesome. Okay. So the thing up here is we're going to add this bill, and then of course we can edit this, and what we could do here is we could change the category. Once we have categories and then accounts, you could set what count does out of. So it might be your checking account, it might be maybe a credit card. Some bills can be paid with a credit card. So that is basically what's happening here. So we're eventually going to get some analytics here where it's going to tell us where we're spending money. Again, in the debt stacking dashboard, we're going to focus on paying minimums of all your cards or all your loans, except for the top one, which is going to be always the least expensive one, or the one with the smallest balance. So then once you've paid this off and this becomes gone, then the additional payment you're putting towards this, you put towards the next one, and then so on and so forth. This is a psychological thing where what happens is you start to pay off your debts, and then you get excited about it, plus you're rolling this in, you're actually seeing this work. So this is how this works. Again, this is debtstacker.lolconcepts.com. I'll leave a link to the description where you can get that and a 10% off. So you can use the code to put 10% and get 10% off of whatever you do, whether you do it monthly or you do it annually, whatever it happens to be. You'll just keep getting that one as long as you keep it. So definitely check that out, and let me know if it helps you. Bye for now.